Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and welcome to my channel, Cherished Memories Crochet. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this really awesome granny square. But first I'll tell you the story behind it. This was my grandma's. She was making it and she got sick and passed before she could finish it. My aunt gave it to me to finish for them, and she gave me a bunch of granny squares. She had some of them put together, and I went ahead and figured out how my grandma had attached them, which was a way I'd never seen before. And because I didn't have many granny squares, I went ahead and made some rows and a border just to give it some width to make it bigger. And when I got it done, my aunt told me it was mine, which was a very big blessing to me. Anyway, one day I was videoing some of my lovey blankets, and I posted it, and someone had noticed this blanket in the background and asked about it, and I told them I would do a tutorial, but first I had to figure out how my grandma did it. So I sat down and figured that out. So now I'm going to do a tutorial on that and show you guys how to do that. I went ahead and made some samples. This one here's purple. And a yellow one. As you can see, the petals stand up. And I love these colors together. And this one. These last two are my favorites. So as you can see. What I did though, I used a 4mm hook for the flower and the green row. The rest of the rows I went up a hook size. I did that because the petals are actually, if you can see, there are 2 rows. And I just thought it helped with the way it looked. I didn't want to offset it. But that's optional. You can use the same hook for all of it. So we will get started. I'm using a 4mm hook. And we're going to chain 7. So now we're going to slip stitch into that first chain we did. And now we're going to chain 3. And we're going to go right back in that circle here. And we're going to do 3 more double crochets. So that's the chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. So now there's 4 double crochets. So now we're going to chain 3. And now we're going to turn our work and work on row 2 because it has 2 parts to it. And in this very first stitch where your chain 3 is, we're going to do a double crochet. And then on top of the second, we're going to do another double crochet. And on top of the third one double crochet. In this chain 3 here, which counts as a double crochet, we're just going to leave it alone. We're not going to do anything to it. So there's our petal. So now we're going to do, I call it a travel chain to get to the other petal. We're going to chain 4, just like that. So now we need this chain 4 to be over on the right. So we're going to just turn our work, and now it's on the right. So now, each time you get done with the petal, kind of push it over. So now we're going to work behind the petal, not in front of it, but behind it. We're going to do a double crochet. We're going to go right back in that circle and do 4 double crochets. Okay, I've got 3. I need 1 more. Okay, so there's 4 double crochets. That's half of our petal. We're going to chain 3. Now we're going to turn our work. And in that first stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. And on top of the second, 1 double crochet. And on top of the third one, 1 double crochet. And we're going to leave that 4th one alone. So now we need to get to the next petal. So we're going to do our travel chain. We're going to chain 4. And now we need to get that from the left to the right. So we're just going to turn our work. And now it's on the right. So now we're going to push our petals over. And we're working from the back. We're going to go back into that circle and we're going to do 4 double crochets. And 1 more. So now I've got 4 double crochets. So we're going to do row 2. We're going to chain 3. Turn our work. And I'm going to work on row 2. A double crochet in that first stitch. So now you got your chain 3 and a double crochet in that first stitch. Second stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. Third stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. And there's the 4th stitch, which we're going to leave alone. So now we're going to do our travel chain again. We're going to chain 4. We're going to turn our work to get that chain on the right side. Now push your petal over. I'll go ahead and do one more with you. Push your petals over. Now, working from the back, we're going to do 4 doubles. So that's row 1 of the petal. Now we're going to chain 3, turn our work. Now we'll do row 2 of the petal. That first stitch, we're going to do a double. On top of the second stitch, we'll do a double. On top of the third stitch, 1 double. And the 4th one, as always, gets left alone. Now we're going to do our travel chain. We're going to chain 4. Now we need it over to the right, so we're just going to turn our work. Push your petal over. And then you're just going to start and do 4 more double crochets. And you're going to do this until you have a total of 8 petals. And I'm going to go ahead and finish mine, and I'm going to meet you at the end of the last petal, and I'll show you how to hook onto the very first stitch. Okay, I've got my last petal here, so I've got a total of 8 petals. I did row 1 and row 2 of my last petal, so now I'm going to do the travel chain. And I'm going to turn it, get it to the right, push it over a little bit. And now I'm going to join to the top of this chain 3, the very first chain 3 we did when we started. I'm going to slip stitch into that. And now I'm going to chain 1, pull my yarn, and there is our flower. So now we're going to do the green part. I'm still going to use my 4mm hook. Let's go ahead and attach it anywhere you'd like, just anywhere where the chain 4s are. Okay, so now I'm going to insert my hook. Oh, sorry, I had you out of focus. So I I don't know when I got you out of focus, so I tied on my green. And now I'm going to chain 3. Crochet over my tail here. Okay, so I've got the chain 3 and 2 double crochets. I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to go right back into that same chain 4 space here. That was our travel chain. I'm going to do 3 double crochets. This is going to be our first corner. We're going to jump over to the next chain 4, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. Just like that. So we've got our first corner, our chain 3, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and in our next chain 4 space we've got 3 double crochets. So now we're ready to make our next corner. So we're going to go in there and work 3 double crochets. Chain 2. Three more doubles. So now we've got our first corner, 3 double crochets, and our second corner. And go ahead and continue that pattern until you get to the end of the row, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. So I'm going to go over here and slip stitch top of that chain 3. Like that. Chain 1. Cut off. And this is the first, I've never seen this kind of granny square flower until my grandma's blanket. I did some research. There wasn't much out there about it. I did find one picture and read that. It's called I'm going to get this pronunciation, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this right. A Kishp's Pinwheel Rose. It's spelled Kishps. And it's, I guess, in the family of the pinwheel. But I thought it was really cool. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get white. So I'm going to go ahead and change off to my 4mm hook. But you can stay with whatever one you're using if you'd like. And you can continue with as many rows as you'd like. You're going to chain 3. And we're just going to continue as we did in the first row here. Chain 3. Or 3 double crochets there. Chain 2. And then 3 more double crochets. And chain 3 in the next space here. And in the next space, chain 3. And now in the corner, 3 doubles. Chain 2 and 3 more doubles. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this row out, and I'll meet you at the end here. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. So I'm going to slip stitch here in the top of that chain 3. And you can continue as many rows as you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here because this is how big my grandma made hers. Then you might have to shape your petals up a little bit, but there it is. Pinwheel Rose. And oops, I want to thank you for joining me today. And if you enjoyed my video, please subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.